All right, we'll get started. Iga, welcome back to New York.
Thank you.
Your thoughts ahead of the tournament start after a great run in Cincy.
Yeah, for sure. I feel really like a positive vibe after this tournament because in Cincinnati, I feel like my tennis really progressed match by match. So just happy to be here and excited for the US Open.
Questions?
Hi, Iga. I guess not welcome to the U.S. Open because you've been here for a couple
Yeah.
days already. I'm just curious what the last 72 hours have been like because when you got here, you really had to hit the ground running. So to decompress, process Cincinnati, and practice for the Open.
Yeah, for sure. That was probably the weirdest turnaround between tournaments I ever had. It was super rushed and quick, but I'm really happy that I got the chance to play mixed doubles, and it was amazing. I got days off after, so I think that was a necessity and a smart thing to do before a long tournament. So all good, and it was totally worth it. The mixed doubles was amazing.
Charlie.
There you go. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry.
You won Wimbledon, obviously, not as an underdog, but people maybe didn't have as high expectations of you. Now you come here, having won that, and in great form. There are a lot of expectations. Does it matter to you, sort of, the level of expectations, whether you come in as a favourite? Do you like being the favourite? Would you prefer to go under the radar a bit?
Honestly, I already think it doesn't make sense to call anyone the favorite. You know, women's tennis, I wouldn't say it's unpredictable because there are some girls that are constantly in the top, and we're proving that we can, play well throughout the whole season. But still, there are many players that play really good and can win the tournament. So I got used to the expectations. Obviously, after winning so many things, they're always going to be there. So, yeah, doesn't matter.
They have these lists that come out in tennis about every year or so about the highest earning tennis players on court and off court with endorsements and stuff. I'm curious what you think when you see those lists and how much they matter to you, if you think they're accurate or not, or how you feel about that.
I have no idea if they're accurate because I gotta say I haven't even checked how much I earn. And I don't know how they base this on because most of the contracts are confidential anyway, So it's probably a better question to an agent or something. But what do I think of them? Obviously, there's a big difference between men's and women's and what they earn. I guess tennis players are women tennis players are usually in the top of the rankings. So for us, I would say we can, because of all the people that actually made the hardest part of the job before, like Beijing King and Venus, addressing the issues. I think we're in a pretty good position, but obviously the difference, you can clearly see it. So well, it's not like one person can change it. So, and it's a change that requires probably a lot of commitment and people, so for sure it's something that all the players are thinking about and trying to do while competing in the same time and having things that we really need to focus on. So it's a tricky topic and hopefully it's gonna change moving on.
There you go. When you won in Cincinnati, you were very quick to thank Wim for his work again with you, and you've spoken a lot about the dynamic between the two of you. I just wondered if you could expand a bit more on it. When he has an idea, does he tell you and you say no? Or do you immediately embrace it and go ahead? How does it work?
Well, I'm a bit stubborn, so if I have a different idea, then I need for sure some persuasion, and also I need some proofs. If I'm gonna go on court and feel that, oh yeah, this is actually working and it helps me, then for sure I'll go for it. There's no doubt. If I need some days of practice, there might be some discussion and everything. So Wim also has to be patient, but I think he already knows that, and he accepts that. So it depends. It depends on what the tip is. If it's like a big technical change or just a small adjustment, and yeah, I would say I am a quick learner. But I'm this kind of player that really needs to repeat the new thing from time to time. But I think everybody has it. Like the technique will sometimes go back to the old habits, you know. But yeah, everything he said for me made sense. And if it didn't, then we just had to talk more, and he had to explain a bit more, and then I had to try again and again, and then it started working. So it depends on a certain situation.
Ready with proof now.
Well, the proof is when I play it and when it works. So he has no influence on that kind of. Only I can prove if it's good or bad.
Hey Iga, I know you're a pretty voracious reader. Are there any books you've read this summer that you've really enjoyed and would recommend to some others?
Oh, I read The Bee Sting. It was really good. I think it was like a bestseller 2 years ago. Yeah, so that was the one, and now I started a new one. So, but I don't know yet because I just started. And I watched one episode of Game of Thrones finally. So please, no spoilers. But I started finally. So yeah.
Next question. Over here.
Hey, Iga. Just wondering, you kind of had a drought without winning a title, and now you've won a couple on a couple of the faster surfaces that we play on. I wonder, have there been any kind of technical developments in your game that you think are really helping you now on these like faster surfaces compared to the slower ones?
Yeah, for sure. We really focused on that. You know, the whole preseason was basically about that. And I already could use some of these new, you know, skills kind of that I learned in Australia. But later on, I think the season got like a bit more complicated from other perspectives. So I wasn't really in a good like zone to win the tournaments. But yeah, I would say after Roland Garros, I kind of got back to my usual self. And yeah, again, I would say the process of learning all this stuff that I learned in preseason kind of came back, and for sure I used it on Wimbledon and on hard courts in Cincinnati, and we'll see what's gonna come next.
Ben.
Working on a story about exhibitions and how sort of different people and players draw the line about what is an exhibition and what isn't an exhibition in tennis. Curious for you, how do you sort of define what makes something an exhibition?
Well, if it's not an official event
What does official mean?
held by WTA or IDF,
That counts.
what are the other answers?
Well, it could be something that requires ranking points, which some events do or don't have, or like, I don't know, like Laver Cup is a men's event, but it gets debated on that front. There's a few different ways to see it.
Wait, do you get points for Laver Cup? So they don't treat it as an exo?
Sorry?
They don't treat it as an exhibition?
It's debated. Some people disagree.
Well, yeah, maybe because it's like it's considered like a big thing to win Laver Cup. But I would still, I think, call it an exhibition. Sorry.
It's not offensive.
Okay, I don't know.
One more in English, then switch to Polish. No more? All right, thanks everyone.
Oh my God! Wow, thank you. Oh, switch to Polish.
Is anyone here for